Well, we are 1 day away from the full Team of the Year being in packs, which means we are 1 day away from the pack opening. Once again, I'll be live on YouTube and Twitch, probably 30 minutes to an hour before content on Thursday. We got some honorable mention leaks. We got a couple things to go and talk about today, because the Defenders came out as well, and the market for them is kind of crazy, and we got a new Evo leaked as well. But the title of this video today is talking about draft, and we did get a change to draft, guys. We did, and some of you might have literally no idea what I'm talking about right now, and what they've done to draft. Basically, let's get into that just first and foremost here before we get into anything else today. They have definitely added skill-based matchmaking to draft as well. If you guys want to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. Use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. So that to me completely takes away the purpose of draft. I don't understand that whatsoever. I for the life of me just cannot understand the circle jerk of skill-based matchmaking in FIFA, and that goes with almost all gaming right now. Just a skill-based matchmaking experience for almost all players takes away a lot of the game. And I'm not saying that because I'm just losing games, right? I'm not crying about SBMM because I'm losing a bunch of games. I literally have gone 10-0 in my last 10 draft games to get the draft objectives done. But I was playing a couple weeks ago to try and save up packs for draft, and I was like, why is everybody I'm playing good? Like, everybody I'm playing is player locking, and I would play against someone that was doing that maybe once in every 5 drafts, honestly. Probably get to the final and out of every 5, and I'd end up seeing somebody who's player locking and shot canceling and all types of different stuff that obviously like more advanced players do. Now it's every single game. Ricky here on Twitter, who's like a 20-0 player, rank 1 every single weekend, says there's no way they did not put skill-based matchmaking in drafts. I played 4 drafts. Everyone feels like an easily Division 1 to elite level player. Top reply says, I don't think it's SBMM. I think it's just that the average skill level in drafts is high because the players who lose in first and second rounds don't continue to play unless they have tokens. And I actually disagree with that because last year I played probably 500 games of draft to 400 games. So I just know how it works. I know what players are like in draft, and this is obviously the last about 6 drafts I've played, not like it at all since that change. I want to say like a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. But adding SBMM to drafts where you get better results and you get better packs with better results, right? You probably end up getting more coins if you win more often. So in this game mode, they thought it was a good idea to add this. I just cannot for the life of me understand why. I mean, I do know why. Technically, they're very worried about obviously the lower end players getting shit on and then, you know, leaving the game, right? That's what they're worried about with SBMM. That's what all these gaming type companies are worried about, and it's why it exists in the first place, is to protect the lower 10% basically of skill bracketed players. But they completely neglect the experience of the game for everybody, because when you are playing a game that, you know, similar to what Call of Duty is now, similar to what Fortnite was for a little while, when you're playing a game that there's no variety of opponent, it's all players who are the exact same skill level as you, a couple things happen. One, it gives nobody any incentive to want to improve at this game. If you just hop on the game, you're going to be playing players your own skill level the whole time, your whole experience playing FIFA for the next 10 years, or Call of Duty for the next 10 years, you're going to play players your own skill level. What's the point of improving? There really isn't a point, which takes away fundamental aspect of gaming. Wanting to get better, there has to be a skill gap of some kind to make your game somewhat interesting and engaging to play. If there's no skill gap at all in the game, well, of course there is, but in matchmaking terms, not really, because Division Rivals, you play the same skill level. Friendlies now, skill-based matchmaking. But Champs, obviously the first 5 games isn't, and Quality's first 5 games isn't, but after that, skill-based matchmaking. You end up at a point where you get the Division Rivals experience, and that's it, right? Nobody wants to play Rivals. Why? Because it's a lot of hard work, and I know it sounds dumb, but it's not the most fun experience. You have to really grind it out because you're playing players who are the same skill level as you, at least hypothetically, right? And that deserves to have its own game mode. You can have certain game modes with skill-based matchmaking. That's just fine. You just have to have open matchmaking in parts of your game mode, casual somewhere. And right now in FIFA, the most casual game mode is FUT Champs. And is that the intention? I don't think so. Which means that we are probably very shortly going to see a change somewhere here to either them adding a casual mode or the casual experience isn't completely gone in FIFA. just entirely gone. And this new change to draft honestly seems like that's what they want. They want SPMM in every part of this game. For whatever reason, gaming companies have determined that skill-based matchmaking is the best for their profits. And I don't know what they're looking at. I'd like to see those metrics that they're using to determine that, because I don't know what the fuck they're seeing, but I'm done with it. I think, especially having it in a paid game mode where you pay to enter, if you get up in division rivals, you're going to play better opponents in draft, play better opponents in friendlies, and FUT champs just stays the same. I know the counter argument oftentimes is, oh, you just want to beat everybody. You just want to play the noobs. Well, it's like, but there has to be a skill gap. And also, I've played the game for a decade and gotten good at it. If you take away one of the fundamental aspects of competition of wanting to improve and get better and then see the results, if you take away that, then that takes away a gigantic part of just the gaming experience in general. And one of the reasons this is being implemented now as well, I'm in firm belief of, is because we have all these store packs. They want you to have that feeling every game of like, I gotta improve my team. Every game's a grueler, it's a close one. That's gonna drive you here. They want you to think to yourself, hey, if I had that new Maldini, he doesn't even have a new card, I don't know what I'm talking about. If you had that new Karchawi, that new Teo Hernandez, like if I had that card, oh my god, that would improve my team so much. That's what they want you to be thinking and come here. So SPMM, I would say now that it's added in draft, at least it really seems like it, it's not going anywhere. And in fact, I wouldn't be shocked to see another year go by where we don't end up seeing a casual game mode enter FIFA at all. I think the game modes in this game they are just honestly terrible. I actually cannot believe how bad we have it. A tournament mode has to be in the next game, and if it's not, then I actually think that these game modes are going to drive people away from this game with all the SPMM. Every match is a gruel, and nobody wants to play through that. Not to be that guy who's like, get good, kid, but at the same time, there has to be some of that. You have to try to improve, and you can't protect and coddle the bottom 10% forever, because you're going to affect the experience of the rest of the player base. 90% of the player base does not like SPMM, and it's not because they just, oh, they want to win every game. No, it's because the experience sucks. It's not fun. Nobody has fun playing against their own skill level, and that's it. Every game all day. But anyway, waffle session is over. We got Hamare Sawa today, and I'm very excited to do her. And yeah, that's not how you should say it. Very excited to complete the SBC. Press Proven Plus and Relentless Plus are two that are kind of more underrated. I think that is really good for a midfielder, honestly. She's got Incisive Pass and Long Ball Pass. So the fact you got those two passing ones mixed with two pretty decent midfielder playstyle pluses means this card is going to be sick. I think this is honestly borderline must craft. It's 1.2 mil. And I think that it's better than Zidane. It's better than probably Ruud Hullet even. And I think Hullet's insane. But this is going to be an insane card for you. So I would definitely recommend crafting her, honestly. Let's get into some leaks. Got the 12th man and 12th woman that are confirmed, which apparently only took like 1 day to get the voting right. And I'm a little suspicious about that. But it is Cristiano Ronaldo coming as the men's player. I mean, that's not really a surprise. But it does leave me a little bit like, why do we already know who it is when the vote just came out like 24 hours ago when this tweet came out? It was less than 24 hours. Actually. So was it planned the whole time? You be the judge. But and what also makes me believe the votes didn't matter at all was that Pop apparently won the 12th woman. Now keep in mind, the team of the year card with her is probably gonna be really good. It's gonna have Finesse Shot Plus probably. I think she has 5-star weak foot, so probably end up with 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. So it'll be a good card for sure. But I don't know anybody that voted for her. I'm pretty sure everyone voted for Carmona. And hey, maybe I'm just like, I could be totally wrong about that, but this makes me believe that the votes did not mean anything, which then makes you believe that did the votes mean anything for the team of the year cards? Well, probably not. But anyway, the two honorable mentions that are leaked are pretty obvious. They're Trent being one of them because of course he was, you know, a 12th man nominee. He's a nomination, and also Federico Valverde. So Valverde, who always gets a team of the year nominee, by the way. This also does confirm Carmona and Benini. They'll both also be nominees because they were the 12th woman runner up. So Valverde and Trent are not surprises, but they're going to be great cards. All these cards come into packs on Friday, by the way, along with apparently both icon teams going into packs as well on Friday. So we have nominations, the 2 full team of the year teams, and the 2 icon teams all on Friday. I'm still opening my packs on Thursday though, because that's the first day the full team will be in packs. We got a new evolution leaked, and this one is odd. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's just take a look at this one. 200,000 coins or 1,000 FIFA points. The overall you see max 91. You'd say what? Like that's insane. But then you got these stats, and also rarity is icon. So it's not really any max 91. It's a rarity of icon. These are the requirements. These are the overall increases. So take a look at this real quick, because the cards that actually work for this, let's go take a look. We got Baresi, Nesta, Puyol, Bobby Moore, Hierro, Roy Keane, and Gattuso. So, listen, I actually would say this would be kind of cool because obviously these icons you kind of want to have Evos for, right? Because they're not the best. So that part kind of makes sense to me. But then you see the upgrades here and you got pace is +4. And most of these cards have lower than 76 pace. They'll end up with 80 pace, you know, and you'll end up with just cards that aren't great for 200k. If it was free, I would love it because you could just buy the icon. If you have one untradeable, you can make him a lot better. But the fact that it's paid makes this just not worth it to me. Yes, you can make the card better. But 200,000 coins worth. Listen, I'm gonna have to pass on this one. It seems like I could be wrong. Maybe one's gonna be insane and I'm not realizing, but I'm not so sure about this set here. But a new icon Evo in general, I think is a good thing. So I'm happy to see that. But do they all have to be paid though? Like the icons already cost enough money. The SBCs already cost money to get, right? So getting an icon, like no one's gonna pack one. So getting one isn't necessarily the easiest thing. Actually, I take that back because they do have store packs that give icons, but not base icons though, usually. So, yeah, maybe that's what they're thinking about that, but I don't know. What do you all think? And believe it or not, guys, we have the official Team of the Season card design leaked. No, I'm not kidding. This is the TOTS card. Looks a lot like Team of the Year. It's a little bit brighter. You can't really see it. There's a couple more like colors here, so you can tell the difference. But yes, that's correct. The Team of the Season design is leaked already. We have FUT Birthday and Future Stars already leaked. And guys, these Team of the Year cards, my god, they look absolutely insane. These defenders, they gave him like all 4-star skills. Renard has 4-star skills. Bright looks really good. She's 5'10", got a lot of great stats there. Frimpong and Teo are insane. Teo being 3.6 mils for a left back is mind-blowing, by the way. Jude Bellingham was only 1 mil more with 2 of the best playstyles in the game, best midfielder probably in the game, apart from maybe Puteos. I mean, that's crazy. And what this is really showing here is that 2 playstyle plus cards are going for a lot of coins, and they're clearly the most in-demand cards in the game, undoubtedly, and they really should be, honestly. And when you look at the market, you can kind of tell that those 2 playstyle plus cards are so in demand because the rest of the market's kind of just staying the same right now. I still think we're gonna get a ton of coin supply added because we had a lot of great store packs. I'm still optimistic about the market, and like, you know, for this next week or two, I still think it's gonna rise mostly, and it really will if Future Stars comes out and they don't all have 2 playstyle pluses, or even any of them have 2 playstyle pluses. Say Future Stars comes out, none of them have 2 playstyle pluses. All the rest of the market. Team of the Years are going to fly, by the way, and all the rest of the market's going to go crazy as well. And the buy time is probably going to end up being like right now. If Future Stars comes out and like half the team is 2 playstyle pluses, then the rest of the market's going to fall because the 2 playstyle plus cards are obviously so in demand. They're going to be really good, and there's more of them now. So it's kind of whatever the leaks are going to show here, we need to pay attention to for Future Stars because that's where this market's going to go, in my opinion. It's going to fly if Future Stars comes out and maybe 1 or 2 cards has 2 and nothing else, or even none of them do. But if half of them do, or even like the majority of them do, which I would be surprised by, but I wouldn't put it past them, then the rest of the market, I don't think I'm as optimistic about. But also, if any of you tried these guys, you know, like who's the best Team of the Year card you've used? A lot of the men's cards are so expensive, but the women's cards look amazing and they're not nearly as expensive, honestly. Or are they right here? Like these cards look insane, but they're just, the hype isn't quite there as much on a card like Sam Kerr or Onabatier, but they look so good. So let me know if you've used any of them yourself. Who is your favorite? I'd actually be very curious to hear who that is. Also, we just got a leak literally like 10 minutes ago, and Basha is in Team of the Week. So there's that. Team of the Week does still exist. Even though they give it boosts now, this cards still are not in the power curve. So I want to give them credit for changing Team of the Week, making them at least a little bit better. But you don't give us a game mode to put cards that aren't full meta into to try and just play to have fun. You make us go into uber competitive game modes, not casual, like basically ranked game modes with knowingly worse teams, unless if you want to use these guys. Like that's all you can do. But anyway, I'm yapping a lot in case you can't tell. Now, once again, Ronaldo, Team of the Year. It's it. Okay, this is probably the last time we'll see Ronaldo and Messi in Team of the Year. This was a decade ago, by the way. This pack screen was almost a decade ago if you're old like me and you play this game. FIFA 15. That is insane. Let's not think about that right now. Thursday's full day on Twitch and YouTube right here on this channel. We'll be live. Love to see you there. Also reminding you once again, tomorrow's video will be a little bit later because of the new season. Let's look at some comments. @Flip says, hey JFC, do you know why EA only allows you to view 30 packs on console? What's the point of that? Honestly, I think that there's no point. There's no good reason for it. I think that they just probably have tested this before to try and have it to not be 30, but the game probably crashes or the game breaks. I think it probably just, we see like big frame drops because you know when you scroll through the packs really fast, you get frame drops. My guess is when you have an unlimited amount you can look at, The game probably just fucking is super choppy and just bad FPS, and they just say, fuck it, here's 30, and like your console won't crash and burn. It's probably on them. What's the reason besides that? Honestly, I couldn't give you a good one. At Coolan says, random rant, but I trust anyone who's watching Jay to not be a complete Travella spamming rat. Does anyone know how to actually defend corners in this game? Went 13-7, but I conceded at least 2 of either bullet headers or those direct bicycle kicks. Absolutely does my head in. Honestly, the VVD, like switching to him on corners when the opponent does that, is virtually RNG. I can't figure out a way to stop it myself. I move the keeper even to try and bring him out closer to Van Dijk, and I doesn't end up working for me most of the time. Sometimes he'll go out and catch it, but sometimes he won't, and it's really all up to whether Van Dijk wins the header and hits it on goal, or if he doesn't. So honestly, I don't know how to do it either myself. I try to switch to a taller player. That doesn't really work too consistently either. I only concede like a couple a weekend, so maybe I am doing something right by, you know, switching to a tall player and moving the goalkeeper. Maybe that's the best you can do, honestly. That's maybe what I would say. At VFlix says, how is it that my friends who rarely play the game pack Team of the Year after Team of the Year, but me who sweats it doesn't? Well, there's a couple things. If you want to put your tinfoil hat on, obviously they're trying to get your friends to play the game more often because they don't play it very much. What's probably the outcome, though, if you don't want to look at it conspiracy-wise, is dumb luck. And that's the unfortunate truth behind it. Most likely, in my opinion. I played the game. I mean, I tried to make it my job. I played the game all the time last year, and I didn't pack one. And then you got people who hop on the game once and pack R9. And that's just what can happen with anybody playing this game. You can just get lucky once, or you could just be unlucky. At David says, based on the price fluctuations, people may be starting to impact the market with all their unlimited packs from the glitch. I don't really know about that. That could be, but honestly, it's kind of weird we didn't hear anything about that. Like, I didn't hear anybody get banned for it yet. Maybe I have not been seeing enough, but I haven't heard anything about people making that second account and having it be banned yet. Maybe the ban is just coming. It'll be after Team of the Year or something like that. I'm not sure. But as of yet, haven't heard anything about the glitch, and people were able to make a lot of coins off that, and obviously just get a lot of fodder to be able to complete every SBC. So I'm still waiting to hear about that glitch. I figured maybe we would see some kind of communication from EA, but that would be them admitting they made a mistake, which they don't like doing. So I just wish we got more communication. I would love that. I've been over that in the channel many times, that I think people would be way more understanding of things happening in this game if somebody just told us what they were doing at the EA studios. Instead, we're just left in the dark and we have no idea. So everyone's mind just races to the worst possible outcome, which is probably the case, but it doesn't do them any favors. You know what I mean? And maybe it's not the case. But I don't know. What do you guys think? And thank you for watching every day. The support has been crazy. The channel is growing. That's all thanks to you. I love you all. Next video very soon. Peace.